All right, we're back, fight fans. Time to talk to the newly crowned undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Friend to the room, friend to the show, our guy, young champion, Teofimo Lopez.
Thank you.
I mean, first off, want to congratulate you, say how proud we are of you. We haven't spoken since the win. Before that, on the show live here, we said that Teo is going to be the one to beat Loma, and you executed. Has it sunk in yet what you've accomplished?
It hits me here and there. I'm not gonna lie, it sinks in. I have my moments where I feel it and I get excited, man, and I'm all cheesing and stuff, and then but then I'm like, all right, well, I gotta stay focused on what else is at task and everything. So, but yeah, man, I think it's there, man. It has to be. I think I'm waiting for the other 2 belts to come in the mail, and then I think that's definitely
what 2 belts are those? You waiting on the WBA?
Yeah, WBA and Ring Magazine.
Because the WBA, I know where Sartunk is. I'm about to knock on that door like, where the hell is T.O.'s belt? The warehouse is in Jersey. I'm gonna talk to these dudes.
Yeah, facts, man. I need to know ASAP because I need my belts already.
You're about to create a nice little wall unit with all your belts, like little boxing tribute type thing. Oh
yeah, like memorabilia type. Yeah, I'm gonna bring all my stuff, and I can't wait, man. I'm getting my house. Like I said, I think the last time we spoke, I was talking about my house and everything. So I went back yesterday. Finally got to see the house again, and man, it's coming together, man. And I'm excited. So I can't wait for the man cave. I'm just gonna put all my stuff, even from the Olympic days, even from the National Golden Gloves days, and all those. So I'm just gonna rack them up. I got my first boxing pair, my first boxing pair of gloves and all those stuff. So
that's dope.
It's gonna be good.
Well, first I want to personally tell you congratulations. I'm very proud of you and what your father has accomplished, and congratulations on getting married. Congratulations on the house. Congratulations on everything. But check this out, man. I got to get right to the point, Teo. Are you the undisputed champion? Did the WBC come to you and say that you are the undisputed champion of the lightweight division?
Well, like I said, I think everyone should know this, that I am the undisputed world champion. You know what I mean? And they put me. It's crazy though that how I feel like with this whole situation going on with obviously Devin Haney and everything. A lot of people are gonna say that just so they could downsize the fact that what I just did was not as big as everybody make it seem, right? So that's the problem, man. But no, I am the undisputed lightweight world champion. Going into this, I knew that. The guy that actually Loma beat Luke Campbell for the vacate WBC belt, and the reason why, if whatever it was, I wasn't part of that at that time with the whole franchise and everything. But in order to do that, they had to make this fight happen. That's why they did that, in order to make this fight happen. And it's bigger than Devin Haney and Loma. Yeah, man. I think, and I spoke with Mauricio and everything already, and I'm already telling them, like, I need my other belt too while you at it.
Speaking of Devin Haney that you mentioned, we just had him on the show, the segment before this, and take a listen to what he had to say about the undisputed crown.
I think that he's a good boxer. I do think that him and Top Rank are trying to brainwash the fans, with this email thing. Just putting out false information, just to try to prove that he's undisputed when in reality he's not. Because how can you be undisputed when your next opponent can't fight for undisputed? So you're not undisputed. Your next opponent, if it's not Devin Haney, cannot fight for undisputed unless they go petition for it like he did.
What makes me laugh is the fact that how do boxing fans nowadays allow that to even be spoken about, or even allow that to be talked about? Like, deep down in reality, the man is an email world champion, 2 times, not once, but 2 times. And I don't. Look, if that fight tends to ever come about, that's just for bragging rights, honestly. That's really what it is, and it's just to, like I said before, even on the press conference or whatever, the post conference. Like I said before, if we fight, it's just for bragging rights from myself, just so I could even put more more in the
sauce
pot.
on it, more icing on the cake.
And then, yeah, huh?
I said a little icing on the cake, a little more sauce.
Yeah, a little more icing on the cake, I should say. And then, you know, just with this loss, me beating him the way I know I will beat him, a lot of people will forget about Devin Haney. So that's on him, man, if he wants his career to be short.
Was Devin ever on your radar before the Loma fight? Like, was he one of those guys that you felt like, I got to beat him in order to prove to people that I'm best in that lightweight division? No?
No. No. I think that Devin hasn't even got to the point yet where he needs to fight he hasn't even got to the point of fighting C-class fighters yet. He's fighting Gamboa, who I think is a D fighter.
Oh, wow. You know, one thing we got to do is we have to admit that there is a little confusion, you know, in this division with the franchise and the WBC championship, you know, and it's not your fault and it's not Devin Haney's fault, you know. And one thing Floyd said the other day, he said there's too many belts in general in boxing anyway, and they need to clear this up. Do you agree with that or disagree?
No, yeah, I do. I agree with that. The thing that I don't agree with what Floyd is saying is that I'm just the WBO and IBF world champion. That's all false. You know what I mean? I got the Ring Magazine, WBA, WBO, IBF, WBC. You know what I mean? I'm undisputed. The only thing that, yeah, of course, you know, I think that WBA and WBC definitely need to clean it up the most because they got too many champions in one weight class. They got 4 champions just on their sanction alone. That makes it what, 8, 12, almost what, 8 or 12 champions in one division? Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. The world champion, then the title world champion does no longer. It's not the same as it used to be back then.
It's not as prestigious, right? That's what Floyd is saying as well. Everybody's holding a championship belt, and it diminishes the value of something when everybody has it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that they need to definitely. I agree on that part. You know what I mean? I'm just, look, at the end of the day, though, I'm just here to collect belts, and not just any type of belts. I'm there to collect, you know, the main ones. But they definitely need to they need to chill out with all those. There's too many world champions, too many that are not even, shouldn't even be considered world champions because it's not the actual world title belt. No.
For those just tuning in, Teofimo Lopez on with us, undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Now, Teo, Barack and myself, we've debated on this a few times in the last couple of weeks, right? Well, you've accomplished, you know, I guess all that is to accomplish in the division. So you would think, you know, the next step is to go do the same in another division at 140, which, yes, it creates legacy, right? But and that was his take on it. My take on it was, even though you've done that, right? We talked about a division being a special era, like the Leonard and Hearn days. I just think that the crop of young fighters with yourself and Ryan and Tank and Devin, it does create something special. But wouldn't that add to your legacy too? Like you said, bragging rights to beat the guys that are all undefeated. They're all undefeated. And those are the guys that people say are the best guys in the sport today. Like, do you have an urge to do that? To maybe fight a Tank or eventually a Ryan just for those bragging purposes, even though you won the belts already?
Let me interrupt.
Not to mention really quick, just to add to that, not only for bragging rights, but in reality, those fights would probably make the most sense in terms of money too and popularity here in America because people want to see them.
Now, Tio, remember what Ak just said. Now, the
disagreement
that me and him, the disagreement that because you said we disagreed, you gave one side, so that makes no sense. What you just
I said we debated. I never said we disagreed. I said we debated on something.
That is so crazy that you just said that. Debate means to disagree. So anyway, the other side of that was you could do that, stay there and fight those fighters in 135, even though you've already accomplished everything like Ak just said, or go up to 140 and fight the winner of Ramirez and Taylor and become the undisputed there and do something that nobody in the history of boxing has ever done. And be the first person alive to do that.
And I said, add more sauce to my question.
Like. No, and I said, no, I'm adding the other side. That's the debate. The debate is, I know a fight with you and Tank would be nice, but I'm saying the better legacy is to do something that nobody in the world in the history of boxing has ever done, and that's become undisputed in 2 different divisions with the 4 belts. Which one do you think will add to your legacy more?
That's a lot for him to. That's a lot for him to absorb.
No, but you gotta also think about it. It's like I get to choose though. That's the thing. I have the option of choosing whether I want to stay for one more fight at 35 and be with any of those three guys, or go to or I can actually be doing that while I wait for the results of Ramirez Taylor. You know what I mean? And collect a check there, and then go to 140. There's many options that we've been talking about that we could do. Obviously, you guys can see at 23 years young, undisputed world champion. You know, Barack. I'm gonna go for 140 and do something that's never been done before and conquer 2 weight divisions and become back-to-back undisputed world champion. That's legendary. You know what I mean? That's what I'm all about.
That's what I was trying to say. That's the only thing I was trying to say to Ak, that's more legendary than anything else.
I never said I never said that wouldn't be a huge accomplishment. I'm just talking about that 135-pound era. Yeah,
but the thing is, like, I also gotta think about what do these same thing that Loma did with us. I had to bring something to the table. These guys gotta bring something to the table. They haven't really brought anything to the table for us to even mention anything about a fight eventually. I mean, there's so much. We are the future of boxing, so there is these type of fights that could happen in the future, in the near future. But how do you guys expect me to give somebody a title shot or the undisputed crown king if they haven't even fought at least a B level fighter or a C level fighter, at least to make it seem like, damn, this guy got the goods. Let me see this fight. Tank fought Leo Santa Cruz. Leo came from 122, 126. Fighting Tank. Tank is actually a bigger guy, and then fought at 130 for the WBA. What was it? 126 or 130? Oh, 130 and 135.
130 and 35.
What was it?
Yeah, it was
130
both.
and the 135.
Yeah. Were you impressed with Tank's win?
Huh?
Were you impressed with Tank's win?
I didn't even watch it. I'm not gonna pay $75 to watch Tank fight.
Wow.
For something that I knew that he was gonna do. You know what I mean? However, man, I think that these guys, and for Floyd to even say that he needs to be the A side if he fights me, that's just Floyd. Floyd, you could be the A side, you fight me. You know what I mean? But not Tank Davis. Tank Davis he's not even close to it yet, man. I'm the A side no matter what these guys say. And when it comes to it, man, I can make, you guys know me, I accept any fight. I accept any fight. I don't care. However, I now have to think about what do you bring to the table for me now? Because I had to work my way up. I'm not just gonna give you something without earning the